Yair Rodriguez has every possibility of being the guy to dethrone Volkanovski if Volkanovski makes a mistake. This is a great matchup. I mean, the whole interim championship doesn't mean anything, and people need to understand. Look, when they go into this, there is no interim champion. There's a champion. It's Volkanovski. Yair won that belt, and that belt gives him the ability to fight for the real belt. But this is as good a matchup as you can find.
Oh, absolutely. I think all the things that Volkanovski does very well, Yair has an answer for. He's got great takedowns. Volk does. But Yair is pretty damn good off his back. And he's actually, like you said, remedied that situation of him defending the takedowns. He's dangerous on the feet. Volkanovski's fast with the hands. He's got good kicks, as we saw against Max Holloway. But can he avoid being kicked as much as he's going to be kicked by Yair Rodriguez? Because he is, to me, the better kicker. And he's slick with the hands. He's got crafty little things up his sleeve, as Zombie found out. Yair Rodriguez is the full package all the way around. He's dangerous. It's just hard, John. It's really hard for me to go against someone like Volkanovski. It's just really hard. I mean, everything he does, everything. And plus, like I said, his last loss, you guys can split it how you want. Obviously, I had Islam winning. That was on me. But I'm saying the judges had Islam winning also. But Volk, though, you walked away from that. If anything, him and his coaches and his corners, everyone, sure, they want that fight back. But you walk away from that fight going,
he didn't
I just
lose
basically,
anything.
No, he didn't lose anything. Absolutely not.
There you go.
Absolutely not. And you look at someone like Yair Rodriguez and you go, yeah, this guy doesn't do anything that Islam, I mean, he doesn't kick as much as, or he kicks more than Islam does. But man, the speed's going to be a little bit of a factor, I think, with Yair. Yair's going to be able to touch the speed. The kicks, the calf kicks are going to be a problem right off the bat. Volk's got to be careful with the spinning attacks and all the little funky, quirky things, that little upward elbow, the way he exposed, like the way he does his tricks. He'll throw the bottom low kick, inside low kick, and then come back up top to the head kick. He'll use 3 kicks in a row where a lot of people won't do that. So
right.
Max is going to, or not Max, but Alex is going to have his hands full with someone who is just crafty on the feet and not afraid to be on their back these days, John.
I don't. You're absolutely right, but he does not want to be on his back with Volkanovski.
No,
that is not a good place for him to be. And I know you're not saying that. Oh, he'll take it there on purpose. He won't take it there on purpose, and he can fight his way out of it. But if he ends up on his back too much against Volkanovski, that's going to tell you exactly which way this fight is going. Volkanovski's got great base balance. His ability to deliver damaging shots when he is in the top position. A lot of guys will, get in that top position and they'll throw a lot of shots, none of them damaging. Volkanovski throws damaging shots. He throws with power. He postures. He does all the right things. It's going to be incumbent upon Yair to stop those things, to break that posture, to not let him do those things that he normally gets to do. And then, it's the one part that you look at. I do think that Yair has the ability to throw on a submission. But Brian Ortega tried to submit Volkanovski. And I just, if Brian Ortega gets as deep as he was on 2 submissions and can't get those, I don't think Yair is going to get that submission on Volkanovski either.
Yeah, John, I start looking at the betting odds here. We normally do weighing in on the odds for pay-per-views. We've got away from them for a little bit after we kind of parted ways with one of our sponsors after they were having some issues paying people out. So we decided to part ways. But in this situation here, I've got to talk about some of the betting odds, man. You got Alex Volk is minus 160. And you got Yair at plus 120. I mean, to me, that's a lot closer than I would have thought.
That's almost close to even. Let's just be honest. That is, with a guy that has had the run that Volkanovski has had in the featherweight division, that's telling the odds makers believe that Yair has a very good chance here. And he does, but I take a look at that and I go, I think it's too close too. There's no way that in my mind, you can tell me that Volkanovski is not, in a position to be a minus 200.
Okay, I take that back. Let me retract that, ladies and gentlemen. It was at the minus 5.5 and then the plus 5.5. So over the rounds is what they were talking about.
Oh,
the actual odds are actually, the actual odds are a lot different. So Volk, Yeah, so Volk is minus 380, and then Yair
Yeah,
is
there you
plus
go.
290. That's
There
a
you
little
go.
bit. That's a little bit more.
Sounds
I'm
about right.
surprised that it was
Yes.
so close. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't paying attention to the left side of that bracket. Yeah, so you have Volk at minus 380, and you've got Yair Rodriguez at plus 290. I mean, look, if I'm feeling a little, look, and I'm not saying that Volk is going to lose, and absolutely, I actually am leaning a lot more towards Volk.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was going to be a betting man,
If you're going to take a chance.
I would take a chance, and the reason being is Alexander Volkanovski's fought a lot of great guys. He's fought they're all the best guys in the world, and he's made them all look average. But none of them have been as unpredictable as Yair. You know, think about the zombie fight, the little upward elbow. Think about the spinning, what are they called? The rolling thunder kicks. All of those type of things play a factor, and you don't know when the punch and the kicks are coming. And so I look at what Yair brings to the table, and if I was a betting man, I'd probably throw it on at plus 290. I'd probably throw it on $50. You know, and just figure out how it all works out from there. I mean, I wouldn't go heavy on it. I'd go $50. I mean, hey, there's ways for Yair to win this fight. Get started early and often with the calf kick. I also think that even if Volk does get the takedown, I don't think he'll spend a lot of time from the top position because there is a submission threat there. And as it starts to get slick, he may go there a little bit more often, like later on in the fight. But I think early in the fight, he's not going to go there as much as we maybe think he will. He'll get the takedown, control the top position. And as they're still kind of dry in that first round, you know, I think he'll back out of the guard, let him back up, or he'll just keep grinding on him, avoid the submission. Maybe let him get up so it takes away the guard and the submission positions for Yair off of his back. And then just mat return him back down. And as the fight goes on, he'll start feeling a little bit more slick about being inside the guard, slippery, a little bit harder for him to get the submissions, you know, to secure them in because you are slippery. So, but if I was a betting man, I'd throw a little $50 down on Yair. Now, in no way am I saying, guys, let's not kind of change what I'm trying to say. I believe that Volk is going to win this fight. And nothing against Yair. I just believe it's hard to bet against somebody like Volkanovski, who's made all the other guys he's fought look average.
But you are.
Oh, John. John over here stirring the pot, man. John
But you
over here
are.
stirring the pot.
I'm not
No.
stirring anything. It was your words. I'd put $50 down on your. I'm telling you right now.
I would.
I would never put money against Alexander Volkanovski. That dude is just
the dog.
fucking stud. And he's that good that he can fight with anyone.
Let me ask
And
you this.
This is his weight class right now.
I agree, but let me ask you this though, John. You know that when fighters are on a run and their mentality is like, I can't be beat. I'm the champ. I can't be beat. And then they go and they do what they do. He went up into the weight class, came off away with the loss. We look at it like nothing's changed. He hasn't lost any ground. But then now you go back down. Is your mental really the same as it was before you went up? I don't think it is. Anytime you lose, anytime a champion or a fighter loses and they're riding at the top, their mentality changes a little bit. Like, man, I did lose my last fight.
I agree with you. But with guys like Volkanovski, this is what triggers him to have that next performance. Because I want to show everyone. Look, I think in my mind, if I'm Volkanovski, I'm saying, look, I didn't lose that fight against Islam. The judges may have thought I lost. I didn't lose it. I was right there. You're saying that guy is the best lightweight in the world, and I fucking was with him every fucking step of the way. In fact, I want you to watch the way the fight ended. Who was the guy that wanted to get out of that cage, and who was the guy that wanted to be there? So that's where I'm at with my mentality there. But I am pissed off that I have a loss and that people actually think that they can beat me, and I'm going to go prove. Don't even fucking think of the possibility of beating me. Yair Rodriguez, you had a great fight against Josh Emmett. I watched it. It was great. Great performance. Now I'm going to crush you and let everyone know the difference between the real champ and the guy that won the interim.
100% agree. Okay.